Alright folks, I've got a few of these pallets here that are beginning to be dry. So what I thought I'd do is, I'd go ahead, my truck is sinking deeper and deeper in the ground there, if you can see that. Every one I lay on there, that's pretty weird looking. But what I'm doing is I'm checking some of these pallets of planks here to see what's dry and what's not. That one's on a 1, that one's on a 1, and that one's on a 1. So those are all 1 right there. If those 3 would get dry quick enough, I'd have enough to put right here, and we would be able to, at that point, do what's necessary. And I still got some that's coming out right now out of the thing. But I do want to say welcome back. Here we are at Lumberjack Life, and we're working for James. That's what we're working for. Lily told us she needed some help paying a debt that she owed. And so I thought we could help her, and so we're helping James. James wants us to build some things for him, and of course he wanted me to go purchase it, but we have some lumber here that was drying, so I was like, you know what, let's just wait a few minutes and get this dry here, and then we'll just put this on this truck. As you can see, my truck has, for some reason, sunk in the ground. I don't know if it's because of the weight or whatever, but that's kind of comical. The weight is sunk in. Let's see, we got this. Okay, that one is dry, and that one is dry. Believe it or not, the top 2 there are dry. And that one's dry, and that one's dry. Okay, so I've got several of them that's going dry now. Alright, so let's pull these out and see if we can't get these missions taken care of. And I'll throw some more of this material into the I'll throw some more material in here in just a second. So this one's dry, and we're going to go around to, you know what, let's just stand here. No, we better go around, because if I get off this forklift, this thing, who knows what might happen. It might liable to flip. That would be hilarious.
I just about turned mine over earlier today. I was flying, and I had a load on the front of it. I wasn't paying no attention. I was just getting it done, you know.
Yeah.
And I look over, and I'm going sideways. I'm like, ooh.
Alright, I'm going to jump off of this. I'm going to turn the truck around here, so we can literally, okay. That's kind of a weird glitch.
I ate some of them because my sugar was dropping. I got plenty more. Do you need something else strong? Okay. There was like 4 or 5 left, and I ate them. We spent that much every day.
Okay. Alright folks, I had to call a tow truck, believe it or not, to pull me out. It costed me 200 euros because for some reason or another, and I don't know what happened exactly, when loading these materials up on the trailer, it literally sunk me into the ground there, and I could not move. So I don't know what happened there. All I know is that for a brief time there we couldn't move, so we had to pay just now to get it so we could move again. So that's kind of a weird little thing that happened there, but that's okay. At least we could move it. We wasn't so glitched we couldn't, you know. Alright, so let's put that there. Let's get out of the truck. Stay up there, don't you dare fall anything. And let's grab my forklift. And we had one more of these pallets here that is ready to go. So we want to get this pallet out and put it on the back of the truck. So we're going to pick it up. We're going to bring it out. We're going to take it over here. And we're going to put it on the back of this truck. Just like that. And we're sinking again in the ground. So let me make sure the truck can still be drove, because if it can, I need to move it. Yes. Okay. I don't know why, but for some reason. Alright. So I'm gonna, that's 5 of them, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull this other one out because they are dry while we're here. Let me make sure which ones it was. Let's see, this one's dry, that one's dry. All 3 of them are dry, so we're going to go ahead and pull them out. And we'll just pull them over because I think Mudden said we only needed 5 anyway. And we've already got 5 stacks on the truck. So what we're going to do is just move these out and put these in a whole new location for the time being, so we don't lose anything. What I might do is, since these are dry, drop that there. Let me grab one of these here that's not dry yet. And we'll take it back with us. And we'll put it inside the dryer, dry it, and we'll dry this one up as we go. And then I'll pull the other one out and we'll put it over here too. And this way we can have all the dry material ready to go. And new material being dried at the same process. This is where it would come in handy if you had multiplayer, you know what I mean? That would be the multiplayer part of it right there. I could see that. So while if one was getting dry, you could move it, you know what I'm saying? One could put it in the new location and the other one could alright, I said that both of them was dry too, right? At the bottom here. That one's dry, that one's dry. 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. Okay, so those are going to take a little longer. These here 2 bottom ones are dry. So let's pull around here and grab these 2 bottom ones off. Pick that up, pull it out. let's very easily set these down here beside of this. Okay. So those two are dry. Alright, I'm finding out something very quickly. You can stack them on top of one another. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is if you stack them on top of one another, you can't, even if you put them side by side, just stacking them on the ground, you cannot pull them off the ground until you get all the other stack off. So your best bet's not to stack them on top of each other. Does that make sense? But if I don't, then I'm going to have planks laying everywhere. Okay, so there's that one. Just, I'm not going to stack these on top of each other. I'm just going to sit these side by side because I don't want to take that chance of having to move them again like that. Okay, let's pull this one out, and then we're going to go move this one in, put it in the dryer real quick. Okay, so there's that one. And I wished I could get enough money to get me one of them trucks like you was talking about, so I could start selling some of this. You know what I mean? Because that way I could, all the dry ones, whenever I got dry ones, if I ain't using them, I could sell some of them and get them out of the way. And the reason I say this because I know I'm going to need some of the dry ones too, you know? Wonder if you just stick the dry ones outside if they, once they're dry, if they ever get wet again. Like when it rains and stuff like that on the game. If they didn't, that would be cool, you know? Yeah. Then you could just sit them anywhere once they're dry. so I gotta put 2 more in there. Of course, if they were already wet when they came out, you could just sit them wherever you wanted to, I guess. They're wet. Till you put them in the dry machine, they're not going to dry anyway that quick, because I'm over here. Where I had them stacked that over here, they're not drying that quick, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're still like at 90-some% after all this time. So they'll dry, but it's going to take longer out in the open dry. So I guess if you set them on the side, it wouldn't matter if they got wet or not. It wouldn't affect anything. So I'm doing lumberjack trading, and then I'm doing house flipping, and honestly, I really think I might do some bus simulator too. I really do. Okay, and I need to put 1 more in there. I guess I could take some of the dry ones that I have later on here in a little bit and actually move the dry planks and put them in a location where, like, if I know I'm going to need it for the property around here, you know what I mean? So I don't ever worry about selling those. Does that make sense? Start putting some away for me, you know? Because eventually, like you're doing your house, eventually I'm going to do it too, so I might as well go ahead and take some of them and put them to one side to store just for that purpose, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense to me. Just me personally. That would make sense to me. Alright, so I'm going to go over here because I've got some wood chips here that I want to pick up. And these seem like they're easier to maneuver than them planks are for some reason. I don't know why. That's kind of weird, but they are.
You said don't double stack them?
Well, I had mine double stacked, almost triple stacked. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But when I did that, honestly, I couldn't if you stack them like it, just like how in the machine you have to take the top one off first.
Yeah.
I triple stacked them and they were sitting side by side together, and because of that, you couldn't get the one on the ground up without first moving the top layer of all of the other one beside of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it kind of works on the outside out like it does on the inside. Now I am double stacking my chipboard over here beside of the building. You know what I mean? That's coming out. I have been double stacking it, but the only reason I'm double stacking it is because there ain't no more over there yet. Is because I ain't gonna put them but too high, you know what I mean? And they're easier to maneuver, seems like, than these planks are for some reason. I don't understand what the difference is, but there's a difference. So, alright, I've got a bunch of these still coming out, so I need to move these somewhere. And I really don't want to have to drive all the way over there. So folks, what I'm going to do is, since these are wet anyway, I know this may sound bad of me, but I may just back this thing up and build me a spot right in here somewheres to just sit these things, so I don't have to go so far for them. Because I'll be honest with you, driving them all the way over there to that other building is kind of ridiculous. So what I could do is, let's see, because I'm gonna need room to back out of this. I need to find a spot, even if it's outdoors in the rain, it wouldn't affect anything. Let me see, because they're gonna have to go on the dry machine anyway. Okay, since we gotta go in the dry machine anyway, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go right here along this fence line near the drying racks. I'm gonna come up as close as I can to the fence. Whoops. Like that. Push it. Come back a little bit. Come back. Whoop, too much. Too much. Whoop, 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 right there. I'm gonna sit this down here maybe. Can I do that? Will I ever be able to pick them back up? Yes, I can. Okay, good. So I'm just gonna stack them right along that fence line right there. Because I think that's going to be the easiest way to get them back, so to speak, is just to do that. So that way I can just be closer by to put them in the dryer. Because air drying it, rule number one I'm finding out in this game, takes forever. And if we can do it this way, have them closer by, this would probably be the best route to go. That's my thinking anyway. Watch me later on decide this is not the way I wanted to do this, or something crazy like that. Alright, have I hit the fence post? I think I did a little bit. Alright, let me see. Am I crooked? Yeah, I'm a little crooked. Let's straighten this up the best we can. Let's straighten it up, let's straighten it up, straighten it up, straighten it up. Whoop, 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 whoop. Bring it down. Slowly punch it in there. Not a lot. And drop. And pull out. There we go. Alright. So there's that. Alright. So let's go back over here. Let's grab this other one. I'm going to do the same thing with it. I may take all them trees out right here beside of where we are, and just fill that whole piece of land in up there with it, with all of this. Alright, let's back this one out. I don't know how many of them is going to come through there. And then the other ones I will move eventually, so we can have them put somewhere as close by as well. Alright, so we're going to get this as close as we can to this one. And then we're going to stop it right along in here. See if we can go a little bit. Nope, we're just gonna stop it right there and drop it. And if I have to, let's push it. See if we can push it a little bit. There we go. That kind of looks a little bit better, right? Alright, drop that down. Alright, there we go. Alright, and now we'll go back over here and get some more. Whoa. I'm glad I moved my truck when I did, otherwise it would have been sunk in the ground again and I would have had to call a tow truck to get it down. Glad they do have that feature though, you know what I mean? Now that we know it, we can use it if we get stuck somewhere on the tow truck. You know? Alright, so we got that one, we got this one. I like the white one. Now, if you put the white one on the house, I wonder...
I know, I wish I hadn't started mine in that orange.
Like, I wonder if you put it on the house, will it be white?
I don't know.
Because that would
wish
look...
I hadn't started mine in
that would look pretty.
I'm wondering if I can redo it.
Well, I'm
or
sure
if I just have to paint it now.
I'm sure you... Well, eventually we can paint it anyway, so... Once we get to that point, I don't see why we wouldn't be... Why that'd be a problem. Okay, so those are over there. Okay, so what we need to do is... Let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and grab these other ones while I'm over here. Let's move these real quick, and then we're going to go to do some work for James. And see what he's got. And I'm leaving some of these under here. The ones that are under here are here for a reason. They're going to be here because they are for me personally. So if they're underneath this building right now, this is going to be my personal stack that I use to work on the building with, to work on my house with, and all these buildings around here, because I am going to need it. I'm loving this idea of stacking them up against the fence line here near the dryers. You know what I mean? I'm glad I done that. I like that. Okay, so let's back out, drop that down. Oh yeah, I'm gonna like that. And it's still enough room to get by without having to worry about the road. So yeah, I'm liking that. That's gonna be the best bet. So we're gonna go over here. And let's collect some of these white ones here while we're here. I'm not sure if I have to grab that top one first, but we're gonna go for it just in case, because I'm not entirely sure what I have to do on this one. Grab it, so we're just gonna take it. We're gonna drag it over there. Because for some reason they did not give us a building nor shed for storage, so I guess they figure when you get it out, what you're probably gonna do is either use it or sell it. Which I can see that. I mean, I can see that. I just wish that we could have like a huge tractor trailer to slap these bad boys on to sell. You know? One of the big ones. Because that could really hold a whole lot.
Overhang on that building where the keeps your vision blocked.
Oh, on which one?
On the dryers.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that too, especially when you're trying to drive nearby it with the forklift or anything. But it's okay. I can actually do a little bit with the forklift. I'm getting to where I can use the forklift because of where you don't have to do the tilt up and down thing. You know what I mean? I'm beginning to get to the point where I can almost use the forklift with driving it from the first person's perspective, you know, looking through, like you're looking through the front windshield. Yeah, where I couldn't do it on the Farming Simulator.
This one's so much easier to control.
I'm able to do that on this one. Like I can even get the forks directly underneath the exact holes like I want it to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm actually working. This is actually working for me. I mean, right now I'm not in that mode, but I can. I've been doing it every now and then, trying to get myself used to it. Because if we can, I'm gonna try to get to where I drive in first-person mode more than anything. You know. Okay, so that one there. There it goes. Whoops. There. Nope. Nope. There it is. Okay. Yeah, man, them white ones are pretty. They're spruce planks. Man, if I could
Which
do
is odd, cause in Minecraft, spruce is dark, almost as dark as dark oak, and in these, it's white.
Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. I just think it's cool that, you know,
but
like
there
I
is
said,
a variance.
Yes. Well, they used to not be, according to what I understood from the people who was playing the game. They said there really wasn't at first. No matter what you did, it was all the same color. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That gaudy orange.
Yeah, and so then they said that somehow or another they must have made they did like an update and they started fixing it where you could do more. You know? Maybe somebody needs to put a bug inside their ear and tell them they need to build a semi-tractor trailer, semi-truck, whatever you call it. I don't know what everybody calls it. Some people call them different. We call them semis. Some people call it different, I guess, but they ought to have one. You know what I mean? Like the bigger one with the long bed.
You just want the truck.
Well, that would be cool to have the truck, but or nothing else, a long flatbed trailer to pull behind a tractor, so you can haul more than 6 at a time. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. Because if you're going to be able to put this many out at one time, you know, 6 at a time for sale, you could sell 20, would be a lot better. Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm getting hungry here. So I'm going to have to move my character over here. I've got to eat real quick. And then we're going to, let's eat one of these, because that gives me 30 health at once. Let's check these. 91, 86. Okay, so those are the first few. These are now getting down 4, 4, 4, 6, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Okay, so those are beginning to dry. Alright, so let's get in the truck. And she said that it only took 5 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 5 stacks. So let's go back to, let's see, where's it at?
Go like you're going to the lumber mill. Keep going straight.
And let's go over to James's, and we will literally,
not the lumber where you buy lumber, but where you sell it.
Where you sell it, yeah. I marked it. I'm learning the map some. I'm learning it. I have to put.
If I drive it at least 2 or 3 times, I can remember it now. I've drove up to that John and Mary Jane's 2 or 3 times, and that's so many turns.
You get lost.
Yeah.
I wish that they had a mini map.
But I'm catching on to the map. If I drive up there a couple more times, I'll have it, you know?
If they would give us a mini map, but fix it so it didn't rotate. Does that make sense? Where you could have the option to keep the mini map straight.
I wish if they was going to fix that with such a big, huge overhang that they would have put them double stacked back to back and had dryers on, you know, front and back of that building. Because there's enough room there to put a whole nother stack of them.
I saw a dude literally have, underneath that shelter where the chipboards are, of planks. He had all of that stacked with planks 3 high in every spot back there. And he had like 2 different rows because he had enough room to put, you know, the forklift in between it to go down it like aisles on both sides. He had the other building down there that has the 2 big open bay door, big open archway door things or whatever. He had that full with all kinds of planks. So you can
stack them 3 high?
You can, but when you get to pull them off, you have to pull the top ones off first. Otherwise, you can't pull them off. So, like, if you had one single one on the end and you thought, well, I'll just grab that one, you can't. You have to pull the top 3 off. And the thing of it is, the one that's next to it might not be the one that's causing the issue. It might be the very first, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm just not even stacking it to that high. I'm just not even going to chance it because I'm just like, nah, forget it. I done that once, and I'm not even going to take that chance this time. But he had it like stacked everywhere on his world, trying to find places to put them where he had put so much material, and he didn't have anything. Like, I don't know if he was selling them. I don't know what he was doing. But he was literally just stacking them every single where you look, that he had them stacked, left and right, everywhere. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Since we're here, we're going to fast travel with our little teleportation device there. I needed to sleep anyway, so we're going to run back in here real quick and sleep, and then we'll just teleport right back there and start our work with James. Normally, like Mudden said, normally she would be, I would normally be ahead of her, but for some reason this time around, where I was doing House Flipper and all these other games, she's actually ahead of me. Plus I had phone calls today, so I had to take several of them. Okay, So we're good on that. I can't wait till we can decorate the inside of our house. That's going to be cool. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I hope they let us change the door on this game too, because that door is ugly. Alright, so my tomato plants are growing. Those tomato plants are growing. And the paprika still has not done much yet, but we're going to go ahead and water it. And we're going to run out real quick. And the reason I'm doing this, folks, real quick is because I want to get to James and doing the job that he has for us to do. So I'm actually trying to rush this part right here just a little bit to ensure we can get that job done. And there's a door up in here. Close that door. Alright, so we are getting on our teleportation device and teleporting back. And here we are. Okay, wait a minute. That truck, for some reason, drop that plank. Drop the planks. Leave it alone. There we go. So we're going to pick up the pieces here. Put them in our hand, and we're going to start working on this place. Alright, so here we go. Alright. Starting with the floor, we're going to work on it. Put the floor in first, and then we'll work our way up to the walls and stuff. Which is, yeah. I bet you somewhere along the line they're going to want us to come back here. You know what I mean? Probably paint these things. That's what I'm thinking. Or they may even actually have us furnish it. Wouldn't that be cool? You could come back and decorate it. Oh yeah. I can think. I can dream. Let's see, where's that other one at? It's up here somewhere. There it is. Okay. Hello, how are you tonight? Or today. Or, yeah, whenever. I always say tonight because it's tonight for me, but for somebody else it may be something entirely different. Remember when we done that and like subs was like, what was it, a couple hours difference from us?
Yeah.
Like, it ain't even that time, dude. It is too.
For us.
For us it was. I'm good. How about you? We're doing good.
They'd be getting huge, really bad storms, and we'd have nothing.
Yeah, we'd be needing rain.
We'd be getting really bad storms, and they would have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shell, she was from New York, so her weather was really different.
Yeah, we're doing good. Muddin's actually already done this mission. She's actually ahead of me. So she kind of was able to tell me how many planks I needed. Which is good, because I think the last time it was like I told her, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, which that's cool.
It's the same amount. A house is the same amount. Planks. But it looks like more houses over there for some reason.
It does. I was noticing that too. I was thinking, are you sure 5 is going to be enough? Because it sure don't look like 5's going to be enough. But you did it, so I mean, it's got to be
There's only 5 houses, but the way they're spaced and the way they're
spaced.
made.
Okay, spacing, location, location, location.
Hmm. They got more yard and more space over there.
Okay, so we're building these. We're about getting it. I'm going to get back into this game one day. Um, be honest with you, I was reading the other day some of the, because they had updated the game, it said, and I was reading it to my wife. What day was it? Yesterday? Day before yesterday?
I don't know.
I started reading you a bunch of stuff. I was like listening to all the stuff they updated on it, and there's like a movie theater that had to be fixed, or some kind of theater that needed to be fixed and repaired, and there's like all kinds of stuff that was needing to be done or something. I can't remember what all it was. There was a lot of updates though, to the game.
Something about you can't date your aunt.
Yeah, you can't date your aunt. They had fixed that. Evidently that was a thing.
I was like, why would you even think that?
But
I guess they was thinking marry into the money and don't have to pay for the house.
I don't know.
But that's disgusting.
I don't know.
That's some, I don't know, that's some crazy stuff right there.
All I know is that there was a bunch of updates I read, and which, believe it or not, we've been looking at, when we get behind a game and we support a game, we'll support a game. We did Minecraft. I mean, we own Minecraft on everything but the kitchen sink, I think. And that's only because they ain't come out with it on the kitchen sink yet. But
if they did, we'd never get dishes done.
Oh no, we'd never get dishes done. But because we love some Minecraft. But
we would be fighting over who could do the dishes to play Minecraft.
Yep, yeah, we would.
And then they wouldn't get done. Well, you see, what happened was.
Yeah, no, but what we've been doing is literally when we get, like I said, when we get behind the game, we get behind it, and this is a game I think we can get behind. But they actually came out. They're saying now they're coming out with one. They are wanting to get it on consoles, but it's probably going to be like the PS5, which right now I've only got the PS4. I'm not able to get the PS5, but they are coming out with another one. But it's not called Lumberjack. Believe it or not, this one here is called Wild West Dynasty.
Oh yeah, that one.
And in that one looked really good.
It looked like a mix of Red Dead. Of course, now the graphics wasn't nothing like Red Dead, but a mix between Red Dead and this game. It was like Wild Westy, but it was really neat.
Lil Mom said, glad you didn't start playing it when the glitches was real bad in the game. You know, because they're talking like the game was really bad at first, and where they fixed all the updates, it's not been as bad.
I mean, you gotta think it's an indie game too. It's not like these people have been making games there for 50 years.
Well,
this is an indie, you know. It's
even then, me and you are different. I guess we just look at, I don't know, we look at things differently.
I mean, yeah, I believe they should fix it if it's got issues, but
I'll say this, if they hadn't fixed it and got it to where it was able to be operable, then we probably would have been eventually like, you know what, forget it, the game is just unplayable. But if they're willing to work and they're willing
there's been a couple times that I have just jumped off Minecraft and been like, I will never go back on until they fix this, because
but then they fix it.
Every block you put down gets pulled back up because it's glitching so bad. That's you know, there's an issue, there's a problem.
Yeah.
Or like when it was mobs spawning in on top of your head and dropping down and blowing everything you're working on up. Yeah, that's a oh god,
yeah.
We was so mad.
When it got to the point where they got it fixed,
then I went back.
And then, of course, which I can overlook some things, and I know some things. And here's really, I'll be honest with you, I'll tell you what really goes on with why a lot of these games, and I know people will disagree with me, and they can do whatever they want to, agree to disagree, however they want to do. But the time and effort that goes into this stuff anyway, this is what really causes a game to have issues, really boils down to this, and my wife will probably agree with me, is people complain because they want the game so bad, so quick, that they push the thing out trying to get the game out, and they never get fully tested because the people are mad because, well, you promised us a game and you didn't get it out on time. Yeah, but if you'd give them time to flesh out the game before they send it out the door, you don't pay for a halfway product. And then that's the problem. We live in a society today where people are willing to say, I'll pay for a halfway done game because, well, we know we're going to get it updated 6 months.
They're paying for a halfway game.
Yeah.
And most of the time the updates never come, or like in Red Dead, as much as I love the game.
Oh yeah.
Its online features have got some bugs.
But that's the thing, though. Everybody says, well, don't worry, it's going to get updated. We can just update it. Well, the problem is if they'd have fixed a game like it should have been fixed, in all actuality,
it would have never needed fixing.
It would have never needed fixing. There is no... Of course, I'm 35 years old, so...
Yeah, I remember...
Yeah, well, I remember playing, like, Super Mario Brothers on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
There was no updates. What you bought was...
what you got.
Yep.
And you was able to literally play that.
And it would be 15 years before a new game come out.
Yeah, and so we didn't need an update.
Not really 15 years, but I mean, close to it.
Yeah, we didn't need an update because we were going to get a fully fleshed out, fully functioning game. You didn't have to worry about the glitches. And everybody was fine with that. Now it's like everybody wants everything now, and they don't really want people to work through the process. And I know they get mad at Nintendo all the time for that one, because Nintendo is always about pushing the game back. If it ain't ready, let's push it back. And they get mad and they say, but you promised us this. It doesn't matter what they promised. If the game is having issues, let them fix the issues. I would rather pay. And then they complain because the price point. Well, that's a $60 game and it's got that many bugs. If you'd have waited and let them fix it, everything could have been right. Dreamlight Valley is not fixed all the way, and that game still have glitches, and the full game get released next year, and it'll be free. Like, yeah, I agree. I think you pay for it. You ought to get the full. To me, it should be fully fleshed out and ready to go. That's just me personally.
Especially if you're gonna pay $60 or $70.
Yeah. If I'm gonna pay $60, I want a full functioning game. And in that case, I should have a full functioning game. The only problem is everybody wants it so quick they don't have time to do that.
And they're worried about the craziest details, like I hate to say it, but I'm not I'm not too big on graphics. I want a good story. If the graphics aren't good, if you give me a good story, I don't too much care about the graphics, because we grew up on Mario. There was mushrooms and he was eating them and getting stoned and having major abilities. I mean, come on.
2D graphics. We didn't have all this 3D stuff that we had to worry about, and graphics ain't everything. I've seen some pretty graphical games that look good graphically, but the storyline ain't worth a plug nickel. And you know what?
I love Red Dead.
You know what? I brought 4. I brought 5 stacks of wood, and I needed 6.
Really? Because I took 7 and had 2 left over.
I'm gonna need another. I need to go get another stack. I need 1 stack, just 1.
That's crazy.
So I need just 1 stack to make it right.
My wood keeps changing colors, because all these different logs I keep getting, they're not all the same wood.
Little Mama said they're waiting on Red Dead Redemption 3.
Yeah. We might be waiting a while, buddy.
Yeah, GTA 6 is what they're working on next.
I hate GTA. I liked it when it first came out. But then when people started acting all crazy and they took the fun of the game away. It almost got like that on Red Dead online for a while.
That's funny. I'm looking at my tablet and I can see on my tablet where I'm streaming. I can actually see everything in real time that I'm doing right now, but I look over at my computer where I'm actually
watching it and it's
way
lacking.
behind. I'm just now backing off the property right now, and over here I'm different. It's wild.
Oh, my planks. I get 2 white ones and then a brown one, and then 2 white ones and another brown one, or 2 brown ones and a white one.
Wow, I remembered how to get back to my place. There's a new Minecraft coming out there. Yeah, that's that Minecraft, what is that called? Legends, I believe. I believe that's what it was called. Okay, so now I've got to go back. I've got my planks. I got to go all the way back over here for that one house. I only needed 1 stack. You know what I mean? 1. If I'd have had that extra, I should have went ahead and put the 6th one on there. But I thought 5 was sufficient for you.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault.
No, I mean, I'm wondering, like, why? Because I took 7, because the truck will hold 6, and I had 1 hanging off the
back, yeah.
On the hook, okay? And I wound up having to leave 2 of them there because I couldn't get them, because I lost 2 whole things. 2 whole stacks. Plus, I had a few in my hand, you know, because... So I don't know, like, same mission, why is it, you know, somewhat different, apparently.
I don't know. I had to go get another one.
I'm sorry.
Like I said, it's not your fault. It's just one of those things.
I wonder if I had any in my hand before and
didn't know it. Yeah. That could be a possibility. Because if you had some still left in your hand from the other mission or something, it'll still be in your inventory. And when you went to pick up the new material, it would have actually just thrown that one in your hand. can already see there's some more buildings there that I'm going to have to build up. I just drove by them. Taking any chances, dude. I'm gonna drop these on the ground here since this is my last stack, so that I can ensure that I will have them when the mission is over. You know what I mean?
You don't have no way of carrying them with you, though.
If they're in my inventory hand, they're already with me.
Yeah, you can that way.
Yep. But this way, at least they're on the ground. They're not on that truck, and you know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah. Go on the inside here and put this wall up and that wall up. And yeah, I've already got the floor done. So let's do this and let's do that one. Just go ahead and move that part of the roof. That part of the roof. I think I missed that one over there. That one. Okay. I was gonna say, what did I just miss? So I was thinking, I know I just finished that mission.
All right, I finished. The renovations are complete.
Perfect. As promised, you can tell Lily her debt has been paid. Come and see me later. I might have more jobs for you with money coming directly your way.
Oh, so the next time I talk to James, it might be money coming my way. Okay, that is awesome. So now I got to go back and talk to Lily. Okay, so Lily is way back over here. Alright, folks, I'm going to call that the end of this stream for just a moment. I have got to run to the restroom, so I'm going to call that the end of the stream. Hope that you've enjoyed so far, and just bear with us for a few moments. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Don't, as the old TV saying used to say, don't touch that dial. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Facebook, the Holt Network, Twitter, and YouTube both. You can find me over there. Make sure to be following me right here on Twitch so you know when I go live, and donations are welcome at the information at the bottom of your screen. With that being said, I will catch you all in the next one right here, Lumberjack Life, here on Twitch. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.